Hi everyone, Kathleen Flanagan here, continuing the story of transformation and changing your perspective. And this is the aftermath of the courtroom situation. That evening, I came home and it was a very emotional day. There was no doubt about it. I was in a very quiet place. I was looking at a lot of things. I was feeling a lot of things. And I had to just be with this emotion because I really wanted this to be closed for final, that I never have to bring this back down with me. And that night I went to bed, and about 1:30, I think my cat came in and she just kind of went right here and started purring. And what she did is that this undulating energy started pulsating through my body, and it continued. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I finally got up. I went down to my family room and sat there on the couch, and I'm just feeling this pulsating energy just going head to toe and back up again. And I asked God, I said, is this it? Is this finally over? Because I realized at that moment that I had been carrying this for many, many lifetimes. It was the feeling that I was getting was that I was going across all my timelines, because we do live in simultaneous times. And I think that what I did in this lifetime, I healed lifetimes. I mean, past, present, future, whatever. I washed the timeline of this. And then I ended up going back to bed, and I just wanted to kind of be with this because, the next morning I looked like I was beaten up by a Mack truck, and that's exactly how I felt. But I had contractors coming back in because we started on the renovation of the second bathroom. So at least I have drywall up and it's taped and textured and my tub is in, and that's the extent of it. And I still have to finish the rest of the bathrooms. But again, this is interesting that this bathroom starts getting worked on when I go to court. And what was the most interesting thing about realizing this and facing all the issues that came up with this was the fact that I finally got to be heard, and because I was never listened to and I was always told I was crazy and I was making all this up when I wasn't making it up. And the fact that the judge had said that so many people are coming forward and that women, that this takes a toll on somebody. And he said that he had been telling people for years that when you abuse a child, that they live with that the rest of their life, and that I was a prime example of that. And that hit so hard between the eyes because I never stopped to think about that. I just thought I'm just dealing with life. But what I faced at that moment when he said that was I was coping with it. I didn't trust anybody. I mean, everything I've done has been the Lone Ranger because I trusted no one. Nobody knew better. I knew better. It explained the thoughts that I had when I had a dance partner and I thought he was going to dance me into the wall because I trusted no one. I didn't even trust myself because I had been told for so long that I didn't even know what I was talking about. And it was all a lie, and that's the thing is when people are lying to you and you start believing it, especially as a child, you spend a lifetime getting rid of the garbage that they said to you. And the thing is, what I found out of this is that I have a newfound sense of freedom and a newfound sense of trust. And I believe in myself even more now than I ever did. And I trust what I think and what I feel. And I may not always fully understand everything that's happening at the time, but I believe in this. And I really truly believe that if you have ever been assaulted in any way, shape, or form, and you have an opportunity to bring charges against somebody who has harmed you, I highly recommend you do it. It is the most freeing thing you could ever do. It is the hardest thing you will ever do too, because every bit of emotion comes back up that you didn't even know was there. And these are the original thoughts. These are the original emotions. And transformation is about healing the emotional side. And sometimes we can't see that. We can't reconnect with that unless something like this happens to bring that emotion back to its forefront so you can look at what it was. And no, my parents did not have the right to do what they did. They did not have the right to harm me in any way, shape, or form. And the fact that it was a parent who did this, somebody who's an adult that you love and trust and they're hurting you, and you don't even know how to handle that, but you get angry and you live with anger your whole life because it was like somebody who's supposed to be protecting you is hurting you. So my recommendation is face it, face the pain. And you know, there is a support group out there. There are people who will help you get through this. And I found so many things that happened out of me that is so much good has come out of it. And I'm only just beginning to scratch the surface. So I highly, highly recommend that if anything like this ever happens to you, please do yourself a favor and face it and press charges and be heard by a judge who can do something for you. And I really, really, really support you. And I've been there and I can talk to you and I know what this feels like because I just lived it 2 weeks ago. And that emotion probably will never leave me because it was so profound for me. Anyways, I wanted you guys to see this, that a water loss that was as simple as a water loss and what it did in my healing. So that was a huge transformation and it's not even done. I've only scratched the surface. So anyways, I'm giving away 2 free chapters of my book, Dancing Souls, and I'm giving a free chakra meditation. So click on the link below and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks everyone. Bye.